let's talk about transportation. So being in Austin, like being in most other major cities, there's a couple of ways you can get around. So I can walk everywhere, which is really not ideal for long, even medium distances. I can bike places, which is slightly better for longer distances. And Austin does have a lot of bike paths. I can take public transportation. So that would involve taking the bus because Austin doesn't really have an underground rail system. This one has the least autonomy because you have to obey the bus schedule, and sometimes buses are late or there's just a long time in between buses. So say you want to get somewhere at 2 o'clock and it takes half an hour to get there, but the bus only comes at 1:15. Well, you're gonna get there early or you're gonna get there a bit later. So it's not ideal. Then the most common form of transportation is a car. I won't be really getting a car right off the bat because I don't have a credit history here yet, and no one's really gonna give me a great car loan to actually get a car. And I mean, I could just buy a shady car off Craigslist or something, but I'm definitely gonna have to wait to see my options after I've been living here at least a couple of months. But I definitely will get a car eventually. It's just not really the best idea right now. So there are some other options like Uber and Lyft, which are not really feasible because they're so expensive that it's really not worth it. And then there's also one other option which is called Zipcar, and essentially you pay a monthly fee and then you're able to rent their cars hourly. You just pick them up off the street and then you put them back when you're done. That could kind of be useful. I'm still looking into it more. From what I've seen, there's not many cars to pick up, especially around where I live. So that might not be a feasible option. And then another option is to just rent a car from something like Enterprise, but that is also very expensive and wouldn't be that useful unless I was really using the car all day. So now there's a final option, which is a very uncommon option, and it's the option that I chose to go with, of course. It basically has to do what was inside that box. So let's check it out. So what I have here is a boosted Mini S. And let me explain to you what this is and how it's gonna make my life easier. So the Boosted Mini S is an electric skateboard that can go up to 18 miles per hour and has a 7-mile range. I've been looking at boosted boards for a long time, especially since they became very popular on YouTube. I thought that since I have very short distances to travel pretty often, like going to the grocery store or just going to any nearby store, going to the bank, this would be the perfect vehicle without needing to buy a car so soon. So essentially the plan is the boosted board will hold me over until I'm able to get an actual car. So let's open it up. Oh my God. So here it is in its full glory, right inside the box. It's got some nice padding to keep it safe. Let's just take this out and see what else is in the box. All right, so in the box, there's the skateboard itself, and then there's this other box. So let's check inside the box. And the packaging is super nice. So we just got some manuals in here. And then another cool part is the remote. This is what you use to actually move the vehicle and drive it around. So it's the throttle, the braking. We got a nut or something to tighten stuff if we need or loosen. And I think that's it. Oh no, we got the charging brick and the charging cord. We also got this little packaging, what could be in here, and it looks like it's a USB cable, maybe to update the controller or even charge the controller. So this uses lithium batteries that you charge, and the skateboard also uses lithium batteries that you charge. So my first impressions of the board, just taking it out of the box, are that it's unexpectedly heavy. I think this thing weighs like close to 20 pounds, which carrying this around all day, it's like you're getting a workout. But the build quality is just amazing. And I can't say anything about the riding ability yet, but we'll get to that. You could see from the bottom of the board, there's the battery here, which is a huge battery, and you got these big trucks and these big wheels, and then you also got the whole motor and drive here, which is also heavy. So the weight is kind of explainable from all the heavy duty components they have on this board, but you still don't expect it to weigh that much compared to a regular skateboard. So anyway, that's the boosted board. I was really excited to open this. I was actually waiting to open this for the vlog, so it's just been sitting in my apartment for like over a day now, and I was just waiting to be able to open it. The most important part now is to go try and ride it. So it's actually gonna be really nice out today in Austin. Let's take this thing for a test ride. So before I actually ride it, I'm probably gonna have to charge it. So right here, they have like a little gasket piece of rubber that uncovers the charging port, and I'm just gonna plug that in. The light turns red right now, and you actually get a little battery indicator showing you how much charge there is left. So I'm gonna get that almost close up to full, and then we'll go for a test ride. All right, so it's done charging, and while it was charging, I was reading the manual, so I have some idea of how it's gonna work. But let's go test ride it now. Woo! All right, so I'm in the parking lot of my building. This is where I'm gonna test it out, and I actually have some errands to run, so I need to get really good at this in like the next 20 minutes so I can get to the places I need to get on time. Let's do it. So Boosted gives you this remote, and you can see here there's the battery is charged. This is the connection to the boosted board, and it's flashing once now because there's 3 modes. So beginner mode, intermediate mode, and expert mode. I'm gonna start in beginner mode just so I can get the hang of it.
Are you still there? To delete this message, press 7. To save it in the archive, press 9. To hear the options, press 4. What are you talking about?
That is so damn fun. Okay, so if you pull the trigger backwards, you actually get brakes on the device, and the brakes are regenerative, so it actually charges the battery just a little when you brake, which is super awesome. This thing is tons of fun. So what you just saw there is me putting it into intermediate mode, and man, it packs a punch. So I just tried going full speed on it. Honestly, it's really kind of scary. This is one of the slowest boosted boards they have. There's actually some models that go faster than this, and it's adrenaline inducing because of how fast you're going on something that is so small. Anyways, I think I've had enough practice to go do my errands. I think I'm gonna do my errands in beginner mode. I'll let you know how that goes, but for now, I'm super pumped. I'm super happy with it. It's just gonna make my life easier, as you guys can imagine, so. Okay, so I'm back from my errands. As you can see, the boosted board is pretty much my solution to getting around town. The 7-mile range won't allow me to get far, but I also wouldn't wanna get so far on a skateboard because for longer distances, I mean, it's not gonna be as useful. But I had so much fun taking it around today. I went to a few different places. Just driving around, I was trying it on streets, I was trying it on sidewalks, and it did really well. Now, at the end of the day, it's still a skateboard. It still has 4 wheels, And when you're driving over bumps and stuff, you feel it. And it's not like a longboard that has more support and kind of flexes a bit more. This is like a skateboard, almost standard size, and you really have to kind of learn how to handle the bumps. But once you do, it's pretty easy. The craziest thing is the different riding modes, so the beginner, intermediate, and expert, really makes a difference. When you're in expert mode, you really can accelerate very fast, while in beginner mode, it's kind of easy to just go full throttle and you won't be thrown off the thing. But when you're in expert mode and going full speed, it kind of activates the human instinct of like your fight or flight adrenaline feel, where you kind of feel panicked in that it might be easy to be like thrown off this thing. But I think as I ride it more and as I get more used to it, it's gonna become natural and even more convenient to use. So I already hate walking now. It just made me want to walk even less now that I have this thing, because it's just so fun to be on and the controls are really responsive and it's easy to use. So if you're thinking of getting a boosted board and your commute or places you're trying to get to accommodate for it, then I would highly recommend it. Anyways, that's all for today, and I'll see you